The pattern aggregating ensemble algorithm maps a validated black box non-readable machine learning model into a simpler aggregated structure. Basically, both targets and predictors are reduced into smaller indicator classes, and a statistical method then tests if such new aggregated model, called paged model, preserves the original feature structural importance and predictive capacity. Basically, as the page algorithm provides a simpler reading of the original predictions, it also renders non-readable models interpretable by relabeling the original predictors and predicted features within explicit statistical parameters called statistical kernels. In fact, the instantiation of the paged version of the original machine learning model is actually solved by general linear models or generalized linear model structure. Such multivariate statistical solutions apply algorithms working as statistical indicators or statistical kernels. For instance, in the general linear model context, it is possible to implement a one-way MANOVA structure to test for significant differences of all predictor terms treated as MANOVA surrogate dependent variables, and at the same time, the target terms, response variable terms of the original model as surrogate independent variables within the same statistical multivariate model. This instantiation then shall ensure that not only to what degree the predictors in the MANOVA corresponds to the ones in the original machine learning model, but also what is their specific role in terms of average differences, direction, and effect sizes for the increased interpretability of each predictor term. In the context of the generalized linear model, it is possible to deploy a regularized logistic regression with all predictor terms as acting as surrogate regression covariate factors or independent variables, and the target variable as surrogate response variable or dependent variable in the logistic model. Such instantiation then shall return if the predictors in the regularized logistic model are the same ones of the original machine learning model first, plus getting the additional explanatory power given by the surrogate odd ratios attached to each predictor term. So the following page video tutorial describes an application of the page algorithm to read, thus interpreting, the internals of a standard neural network that we're going to build right now as a classic black box machine learning algorithm. Specifically, the predictor's importance, interpretation, impact, and the role of such predictors in the original neural network is given by the page instantiation of two statistical kernels, the MANOVA, and as an example of general linear model, and the regularized logistic regression for the generalized linear model.